Hi, Nola.
Hi. It could be argued perhaps that there's an over-reliance on taxing income in Australia and less attention to taxing accrued wealth that's not invested or used productively. As Treasurer, what are your views on this and any associated issues? How do we address those?
Yeah, thanks, Nola. Obviously a very important question. There are two sets of things that we're doing to address what I think is a legitimate objective which lies at the core of your question. First of all, when it comes to income taxes, getting average income taxes down with these tax cuts which are being provided to every taxpayer from the 1st of July this year. Most of you who follow politics closely enough to be in a Q&A audience will know that earlier this year we substantially changed those tax cuts because we recognise there's a better way to return what's called bracket creep in the jargon by making it fairer, giving a tax cut to everyone right up and down the income scale with a bigger emphasis on middle Australia. And so on the income tax side, you'll see average tax rates come down in the middle of this year, which is part of the issue that you're talking about. On the other side, we are making some progress when it comes to making the non-income tax part of the system a bit fairer, whether it's for people with very big superannuation balances, whether it's the PRRT changes which passed the Senate during the week, which will mean more tax sooner from offshore gas industries.
Does there need to be more work, though, fundamentally on the mix between those two?
Yeah, there does, and we're doing that work. The PRRT, superannuation, there were more changes in the budget about capital gains for foreign investors. And that's because...
Will we keep seeing more of that going into the election cycle? Because I keep hearing this criticism that people want a bigger piece of reform.
Yeah, I understand that. And again, not to bore our friends here, but we talk about this on Radio National pretty frequently. There are two ways to go about it. There is what some commentators say that they want, and perhaps Patricia is in this school of thought, or at least wants to think about it and talk about it.
I'm listening to the people.
You're listening to, is a kind of a big bang change. Blow up the system and rebuild it. The way I go about these kinds of things is a bit more methodical. I like to think about these changes in a sequenced way, a methodical way, making sensible changes and bedding them down to address this challenge that I think you're right to raise with us tonight.